Kanye is apparently tired of the Vultures era and doesn't want to waste any more energy on it and just focus on Bully, his solo project. At least that is what we've gotten from a source in China where he's held his last two listening experiences. Today, we're going to go over all of that and the leaks that happened yesterday, so let's jump straight into this.
If you want to stay up to date with everything surrounding hip-hop, make sure to subscribe and also become a part of this community by joining our Discord server in the description.
Real quick, if you don't want to listen to this, make sure to skip 10 seconds into the future, but you can now sign up for my free newsletter with the first link in the description. It comes every Sunday and recaps everything that's been happening in hip-hop over the past week, so make sure to do that. So I know we're all just waiting for Bully, his solo album. He recently dropped Beauty and the Beast as a snippet on his social media. That is what we went over yesterday, and we are all expecting this to drop as a single, but we did get some interesting info from apparently a source in China also concerning Vultures and Vultures 2, but then also Vultures 3 and the entire era. And of course, yesterday, we've gotten a bunch of leaks from that era that we're going to go over later today. But let's first take a look at these screenshots. So they started appearing on the Good Ass Sub and the Discord. And apparently this is, as I said, a source in China. And China is interesting because that is where Haiku is, where he's held his last two listening experiences. So where he was also working on Bully and previewing Preacher Man and Beauty and the Beast. But if we take a look at the screenshots, we can see that it says, I wanted to talk to you about the V2 stuff. Is Ye just like giving up on V2? And as you can see from the date, this was September 7th. So this was quite a while ago, before we got the Haiku listening experience, but it was already announced. So it's not like, you know, this was all up in the air. It was still known that he was going to be in China, hence the source could be of some legitimacy. But as you can see, the answer was, Ye never wanted to continue V2. He didn't like the sexual themes. I can only assume this. It was done at 3 a.m. on short notice. Mr. Yeezy didn't want to drop this, lol. Working on a new album and we expect a Ye post, but I don't know if Ye posting or not. It's just be him and us. And this was, as I said, September 7th, as we can see at the top of the screenshot. Now this was before Haiku, obviously, but apparently they were already working on that album back then in China, I guess, because Ye was already in China before he did the show. And what we can tell from here is that apparently Ye just doesn't care about Vultures anymore. In this specific case, Vultures 2, because beginning of September, we were still talking about patches for Vultures 2. We were not as actively discussing Vultures 3, even though that was still up in the air. And now that we've gotten the confirmation that Vultures 3 is basically not coming, it just seems like Ye really just is done with the Vultures era. What's also pretty ironic is that it says he didn't like the sexual themes, which is obviously one of the main criticisms that fans have had. And we just thought Kanye would like that. But then apparently he was also of the same opinion. As I said, take this with a grain of salt. This is just a screenshot from somebody that we don't know. But still, it's pretty interesting. I mean, if Kanye is on the same side as the fans, he doesn't like the sexual themes, he doesn't want to do Vultures anymore, bro, then don't. Then, you know, we're all happy to get a new album with you not talking about sexual themes. I think everybody just would be happier that way. So I think this is a good sign. If this is true, this is not a bad sign that Vultures 2 is never completely coming out. We, at this point, don't care. We want Bully. But this shows that at least his taste hasn't gone away. So at least he's capable of understanding that people, you know, kind of, you know, just also want the same thing. Now, what I found interesting is a couple of people on the Reddit also commented on this. For example, one guy saying, I thought this was extremely obvious from the day it released. No merch drop, no parties or anything. Vultures 2 is as cooked as it is almost entirely because of Ty Dolla $ign forcing Ye to give in to fan service. So this is saying that, you know, from the beginning, it didn't really seem like Ye cared about Vultures 2 as seen by no parties, no merch, none of that. So maybe it's over. Another great argument for that the Vultures era is over is also that we're getting more and more of these group buy packages, leaking packages over the past couple of days. October 16th was a huge day for that. We've gotten so many different leaks. For example, we've gotten a Ye freestyle that we haven't heard before. We've also gotten a Vagabond with 070 Shake, which it's pretty interesting because that song we've actually heard live in Phoenix. but the final version is just her, so just a pretty no instrumental, just her vocals. I mean, she's a great singer, but just her vocals on a Kanye record, not sure. We've also gotten So Soon. That was one of the OG track listing songs, which does sound good. It's fine. I just think we're never getting that. We've also gotten River with a new recorded vocals from Ty Dolla $ign on the outro, which is just an updated version on that. Also an old throwaway, Let Go, which has also another Ty verse on there, which sounded actually pretty good. We've gotten a lot of iterations of Dead with a new Lil Baby verse and Ty Dolla $ign verse, and Ty's verse was just way better than the original. So I don't know what they were doing with all of these songs. And also we've gotten Believer with a new Ye mumble verse that is at least a bit longer than the original verse that we have on that record. Now combine this also with the fact that we've gotten the deluxe tracks to Vultures 2 being uploaded to streaming platforms, which hopefully at some point will eventually officially happen. It all seems like the Vultures chapter, the Vultures era is slowly getting closed on. I think it's time to move on. I think Kanye sees this too, and that's also why he wasn't as keen about, doing anything Vultures 2 related and wanted to focus on the new record. But for fans, this is an amazing piece of news because, I mean, none of us was really that excited for Vultures 3. Let's be honest, I know a couple of you were. I've seen y'all in the comments, and I'm happy for you that you were able to enjoy this Vultures era. It did have some highlights, but all in all, it was a mess. And all in all, we were just asking ourselves if this was actually the right way for Kanye to just go about music, dropping 3 volumes with Ty Dolla $ign, just talking about sexual themes. So I think all of us were happy when he announced that Bully was coming as a solo record. So maybe him recognizing that as well shows that he's in line with what the fans want and what he maybe himself wants, because he just has a good taste. So I hope that that's the way it is. Either way, we're still looking forward to getting Beauty and the Beast as a single. I could still see this dropping maybe November 1st. That is the next possible, 2 Fridays from now, but that could be a good day for him to drop the record, or at least drop the single, and then hopefully we're getting the album. If it's not still this year, I could see a December release, but if it's not this year, first quarter of next year, I think that is where I would place my predictions when it comes to Bully. But of course, I'll keep you all updated, so make sure you stay subscribed. And obviously, I want to know what y'all think about this. What do you think about these leaked screenshots? Do you think they're real? Do you think they're a good sign for the fans? Because Kanye is apparently, in our opinion. Let me know all your thoughts on all of this and the leaks that we've gotten 2 days ago in the comments down below.
If you watched this video to the end and liked it, and you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, hit that like button, and go follow my social media, and most importantly, join my Discord in the description. Until the next one, you'll have an incredible day, and y'all take care.